Hello, and welcome to Paranormal Drive-Bye. I'm Carrie. I'm currently driving, safely, of course, and I want to talk to you guys about paranormal stuff, ghost stuff, fun stuff. And I haven't really decided what exactly I want to talk about, but we'll just wing it. So, paranormal stuff is fun. It's interesting. It's different. You never know what you're going to get. There's just everything to it. It's so strange and different and mysterious. Some people believe and some people don't, and it's fun when you have a skeptic to sit there and try to explain to them that, these things really do exist. So, tonight we're going to talk about personal experiences. I have my son here with me, Zach.
Hello.
And we've had very few personal experiences. I have family members that have had experiences. One experience is my husband's, actually. In our old house, we lived in a 100-year-old Victorian, and it was the third floor, which was essentially the attic when this was, when it was an actual house. It was cool, like all the rooms had like really nice eaves and stuff like that. When you walked up the stairs, it opened up to just a little tiny living room, a little tiny hallway, but that we used as a dining room, then a little kitchen, a bathroom, and then there was a long hallway. And the long hallway had the first room, which was like, we tried using it for the kids' playroom, but it got really weird. I'll get to that. Second room was on the left, and it was my daughter's room. And then, that was my son's room. Both of my sons, Zachary and Charlie. And then my daughter's room was at the end of the hall to the left, and our room was across the hall to the right. It was a really nice little apartment. We had, the bathtub was an old Victorian style clawfoot bathtub. It was so cool. But anyway, I digress. So I'm at work. My son Zachary was about 8.
Just about.
No, you had to be older because Abby was born. You were 10. Zachy was 10 because he's 10 years older than my daughter. Charlie was 5. Charlie was at school. Abby was a baby. And Zachary was home from school for some reason, but he was in our room on our computer with his headphones on. And my husband was home.
Me being the autistic child I was.
My husband was home. My daughter was taking a nap. My husband was sitting there watching TV, and he heard something in the hallway. And
in 2 miles, take the Garden State Parkway exit.
He called out to my son and asked him, hey, what's going on? Is everything okay? And Zach didn't answer. So he comes out to the hallway, and there's flour on the floor in a line. Now, ironically enough, I had baked the day before, so we were out of flour. We don't know where the hell this stuff came from. And he goes and sidesteps it and walks down the hall, and he's like, Zach, what's going on? Zachary, who was completely engrossed in his game with his headphones on, he was like, huh? What? He's like, have you been playing a game this whole time? He said, yeah. My daughter, who was not even a year old at this time, was asleep in her crib. She couldn't have done it. But it led right out of that weird room that we did not like. You got a weird feeling every time you pass it. I would have to go to the bathroom at night and then come back and run back to my room, run all the way down the hall, because it was just so super creepy. And he was just like, what the heck? He followed it, and it went all the way to, there was I don't want to call it a closet in this room, because it wasn't really a closet. It was a door that went to nowhere. When you opened it, it was kind of just like a wall there. So even though we had measured this out once, because there was a space that was missing between where this, like, when you open the door to go in this room, there was just, the door was here, and there was just this little bit of space, like that much space between the door and the wall. So, but from where that door was to the bathroom was like, I don't know, it'd be a small room, but it was a whole part of the house, like a whole section. So we just, weren't gonna mess with that. But it was just really, really creepy and really, really weird. And this went all the way, this little trail, this little line of flower that went halfway down the hall and into that room, went right to that door. So my husband got out the vacuum, vacuumed it all up, act like nothing happened. Because remember, you give it power when you acknowledge it's there. So that was, that's where the borrowers started happening. That's what we called them. We didn't give any kind of power and name or anything like that. It was just my car keys would be missing. Borrowers, can you please give it back? My, anything random would be missing. I couldn't find my purse, even though I know I put it on the table. Borrowers, can I have it back? I have to leave. Stuff like that. So we never, specific, like, I know you took it or anything like that. Like, hey, if you guys happen to take this, can we have it? So we moved out of there not long. We were only there about a year. Because the third floor was a nightmare trying to get up there. My son Zachary, again, my oldest, decided it was going to be fun. Now our kids, except minus my daughter because she was so little, but my boys had always, there were little stairs here, and it was an attic originally, so it had like a little ramp, I want to say, on the side.
Luggage, like a luggage slide.
Yeah, like you could slide boxes up it or boxes down it or whatever. So the boys always use it as a little slide. But they had, the railing was there, so they would hold the railing above their head, and would hold on and go down it safely. So we were going out to dinner, and Zachary decides to not use the handrail and just slide down this thing. Well, his foot caught at the end, and he broke his leg. It's the
first time I ever used it at all.
Yeah, well, even though I had sworn up and down that he did not break his leg, there's no way he broke his leg. He just barely, fell over.
I felt like I moved so slowly.
Yeah, and we, kids not liking going to the hospital. I was like, you want to go to the hospital? And he's like, I think I need to go to the hospital. He couldn't stand on it. And going down 3 flights of stairs with a kid who can't stand on their leg and hop down the whole time was horrible. So we go to the hospital, x-ray later, and it's broken. So I felt like dead on that day, because I swore up and down it wasn't. But I digress. That's not being really paranormal. That last part is a little silliness for kids.
But goofy.
But the borrowers have stayed with us. That's the one thing. We moved to a house not far from where we lived, and we had a lot of borrowers. It was an older house. Then and now to the house that we live in now, they're not as prevalent. I'll say that much. They don't come out that much. But there's times where I know I put my car key next to my bed, and now it's like a little fob. But I know I put it next to the bed, and I wake up in the morning and it's not there. And it's not next to the bed. It'll be like across the room, So we generally don't acknowledge them, because you acknowledge, you give power. So no, there's none of that. What else? I'm just trying to think, because this is going to be unedited. I'm not editing these. I don't have time. I don't want to. End of story. I work a lot, so I don't feel like it. But I'm going to talk about these stories while I'm driving. I'll have little stories personal stories, people stories, you know, stories from my friends and stuff like that. Maybe we'll have guest stars like my son over here.
Indeed.
My daughter comes with me sometimes with her friend, Simone. Because now she's much older now. She's 17 now. That's about it. So I hope you liked it. You can find me on social media. It's Paranormal Drive-Bye on Facebook, on Instagram, and it's going to be paranormaldriveby@gmail.com. You can email me, and I hope to see you soon.